The feature that lends best to reptiles in evolution is the possession of scales. You can see when you look at birds, they have scales on their feet. They have scales on their feet. Of course, this is very common in reptiles. Reptiles are covered with scales. So the correct option here is scales, option D. Counter shading is an adaptive feature that enables animals to remain undetected. When you look at some fish, their ventral side is very lighter in color compared to their dorsal side. The dorsal side is darker. Okay, this is called counter shading. If an organism is maybe a predator or a prey is looking at it from under the body, the lighter side will appear like it is looking at the sky. If another organism is looking at it from above the body, the darker side will make it look like you are looking at the mud, the bottom of the water body. So that camouflages the fish and makes it remain undetected. So having these two different color shadings on different sides of the body, that's counter shading. So makes it remain undetected. So 12 is B. Which of the following structures lack a waterproof cuticle? That's the root. The root absorbs water and mineral salts from the soil, so it doesn't need a cuticle. But for the stem and the leaves, there will be need for cuticle to prevent water loss. So the correct option here is root. There is no need for a cuticle in the root because that is what actually absorbs water. In mammalian male reproductive system, the part that serves as a passage for both urine and semen is the urethra. A. The correct option here is the urethra. The urethra passes through the middle of the penis. Okay, so it is the common passageway for urine from the bladder and also the passageway for semen coming from the male reproductive system. You can see this is the testis, this is the sperm duct. The sperm duct empties into the urethra. When sperm cells are released from the epididymis, it moves through the sperm duct and the sperm duct empties into the urethra. The two, both urine and semen, don't come out at the same time. So when one is coming out, the other one is delayed. So both of them pass through this tube called the urethra. So option A is correct here. In plants, which of the following is required in minute quantities? That is copper. 15A. Copper is a micronutrient. It's a micronutrient, is required in small quantity. It's required in small quantity by plants. Which of the following organisms is both parasitic and autotrophic? That is Loranthus. B. 16 is B. Loranthus. Okay, it's a parasitic plant, and it's also autotrophic. The function of HCl produced in the human stomach during digestion is to stop the action of ptyalin. 17 is C, stop the action of ptyalin. Of course, you know ptyalin is released by the salivary gland. It's part of saliva that is mixed with food in the mouth. So ptyalin works on starch. It works on starch, converting it to maltose. When the food comes into the stomach, the ptyalin will not work because it does not work in acidic environment. The environment of the mouth is alkaline and the environment of the stomach is acidic. So enzymes, remember, enzymes work at specific pH. So ptyalin will not work in the stomach. So 17, the correct option here is C. Which of the following is a polysaccharide? Which of the following is a polysaccharide? The correct option here is D, cellulose. Cellulose is made up of many glucose molecules joined together. Many glucose molecules joined together. That's a polysaccharide. So the other ones here, glucose is a monosaccharide, sucrose and maltose, they are disaccharides. Disaccharides, they are just made up of two simple sugars. But cellulose is made up of many more than two simple sugar glucose molecule. So option D here is correct. Arrows represent directional movement of materials. Transportation in the xylem is represented by IV, that is option D. Option D is correct here. Okay, the xylem transports water and mineral salts from the roots to the leaves. One way, one directional movement from the roots to the leaves. Okay, so that is option D. The arrow labeled II represents the release of oxygen. Okay, oxygen is released from the leaf during photosynthesis. Oxygen is released from the leaf during photosynthesis. Okay, so you can see the arrow showing something is coming out.